Next week, I shall be approaching a federal high court to stop this madness. We can't continue like this. Are you seeing the face of these criminals? These alleged criminals? Look at their face. Under 6 months, somebody that wiped the entire community, and he was arrested, and these people did not submit themselves. In the university, before the university will consider you must submit yourself. These people were arrested.
Hold on, give me some of your time. Pay attention. Listen to waiting this barrister talk for this video. And again, you go see waiting Mazana the Kalo talk at the end of this video, where they happen presently. You never hear this thing where Mazana the Kalo talk. The thing even shocked me how Mazana the Kalo take observe this thing where go they happen. What happened last week. Pay attention, listen to this man, and then listen at the end where Mazana the Kalo talk everything where they go on. Presently, last week, what happened? The thing even shocked me. So this man, Nnamdi Kanu, is a true prophet. I don't know why so many people they doubt him. And now because say him be prophet, now what him make government they accuse him of so many things because of him not expose a lot of things. I know we just talk more. Listen to this video carefully and share this video to everyone. It's important. I beg, share this video so everybody go see him and listen at the end. Pay attention to the end so that they go hear what him Nnamdi Kanu talk.
You are here to discuss rehabilitation of 774 repentant, in quotes, terrorists. The federal government says this is under Operation Safe Corridor. These 774 persons were trained in vocational skills for 24 weeks in Gombe, and now they are being released to society, being reintegrated under DDR, disarmament, demobilization, reintegration. What's your take on this development?
Okay, thank you once again. I want to start by saying that God keeping us alive. By next week, I shall be approaching a federal high court to stop this madness. We can't continue like this. In the first instance, you talked about a United Nations resolution. That was a grant or a purported legal framework upon which the army is committing this illegality. In the first instance, we have a law under our criminal jurisprudence. We have the Constitution, we have Administration of Criminal Justice Act, and some other various laws. Now, once a crime is committed, our laws are there. Once you are investigated, you'll be charged to court. Once you are charged to court, the only role the federal government have to do is to, through the Attorney General, to discontinue the matter. Either the State Attorney General or the Federal Attorney General, whichever the person that is prosecuting that offense. Once the person has been faced the trial and convicted, the only option for the person is to grant the person amnesty, that's presidential pardon, when the person met the necessary criteria. Now, the representative of Chief of Army Staff during the function said that this thing is not amnesty. Now we ask, what is that? I have a client that mistakenly murdered somebody through a fight. But that young woman has spent over 25 years, as I speak to you now, at Suleja prison. And this is somebody, a particular the same citizen, sack an entire community in the name of terrorism. The army, our gallant soldiers, risked their life. Some of them even lost their life. Apprehend the terrorism suspect, hand it over to the authority for prosecution. Then after 6 months, they told us that they have been repented and they have been trained, that they are going to now integrate into the society. And the representative of Chief of Army Staff was begging the community to accept them back. Now I ask him question again. Which community? The community that is no longer in existence. Now, who are those that receive them? The people that are already in the IDP camp. So this thing must stop. This is, to me, this is an epitome of fraud. Now, I'm also inviting EFCC to check how much that was spent in carrying out this funny process. Now, how many terrorist suspects do we have in the whole federation? How many are in Abuja? How many are in DSSS? Do you apply this to all of them? Now, the same Chief of Army Staff was telling us that most of them were coerced into the crime. Yes, of course. Once an adult is coerced into the crime or you are convinced into the crime, once the crime is committed, it has been committed. When do you now how do you now want to convince us that coercing somebody into a crime has become a defense? In a crime of this nature, we must be serious. So that's why I told you that, I started by telling you that we are going to approach I'm going to approach federal court by next week to stop this particular madness. It must stop.
I'm sure you recognize and understand that in terms of a crime, terrorism is quite complex. It's not as straightforward as your regular crimes. But let me take two statements from the United Nations, and I'd like to get your thoughts on this. The United Nations says focusing only on prosecuting and imprisoning suspected terrorists may be insufficient to prevent people who have committed terrorist acts from doing so again following their release. Where there are large numbers of terrorism suspects, there is a risk that criminal justice systems can become overwhelmed. Can Nigeria's criminal justice system sufficiently accommodate the number of terrorists that we have? And also the point around the low-risk terrorists. These are terrorists. We saw earlier this week a 15-year-old, minors, some women who were abducted. Some of these people were kidnapped and radicalized. Would you still take the same position in view of these people? Not the ones, because don't forget their persecutions as well. We talked about the persecutions a few weeks back. About 500 of them were in court. 345 of them were sentenced. So that's what we're looking at. So that there's a context to this. What's your take on that?
Okay, Madam Ayo, don't mix this up. Once a minor commits a crime, no matter the level of that crime, you try the minor under juvenile law. That one is a separate ballgame altogether. Now, you are talking about United Nations resolution. United Nations resolution is not automatic. This is a resolution. It's advisory. It is now left for each sovereign state to look at your own peculiar laws, look at your own peculiar circumstances before you now apply it. Now, one, you should check whether that resolution is even in conflict with your own law. If it is in conflict with your own law, it cannot be applied. That one is one. Then two, if you must apply it, there must be amendment, legislative amendment on that particular issue. That one is also on that. Then two, you should also check the level of crime. Madam Ayo, last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, how many generals were killed? Yesterday, how many persons were adopted in Benue by all these terrorists? And instead of you to look for a way to address it, you are busy reintegrating people into the system. I'm assuring you they are creating more harm than good, because those people, okay, Madam, have you think about that boy that lost the father and the mother? That man that lost the entire family. And you are now integrating the person in the same community, and you want the person to be watching the person. They are creating, this thing is creating more harm than good, and we should stop it. In the first instance, United Nations brought it when the issue of terrorism in a particular nation has come down. Now, the people in the IDP campus have left IDP camp to the various communities. You can now think about those who committed the act. The victims of this terrorist act, they are still in the IDP camp. And instead of you to think about how to rehabilitate them, instead of you to think about how to make their welfare there, and you are using our hard-earned money to say that you are rehabilitating a criminal under 6 months, it will not stand. We will protest against it.
Able to absorb these people, because don't forget that part of this solution is because of the overwhelming nature of the terrorists. Some of these, at least low-risk terrorists, the minors, the younger ones. Can our current justice system accommodate them as correctional services? Do we have enough facilities for them?
We are still saying the same thing. The law that established correctional center made provision for all this. Once you are convicted and sentenced, and while you are serving your prison term, there are some skills you are expected to learn. And when you are the prison officials are the people that will say that this person has repented, let the president consider him so that you go back to the society. It takes a process, and you must serve that punishment to an extent. Are you seeing the face of these criminals? These alleged criminals. Look at their face. Under 6 months. Somebody that wiped the entire community, and he was arrested, and these people did not submit themselves. in the university, before the university will consider you must submit yourself. These people were arrested.
If I may interject, just as a point of correction, the army and the spokespeople for the Operation Safe Corridor had said that this group, the group that is considered for, these programs, is not the group that commits mass atrocities. They say that they are the ones who are maybe abducted and forced into indoctrination. Just as a matter of clarity, because you said these people, the faces of these people, they've killed so many people. Just point of correction. They, according to them, I'm not holding brief for them, but their statement says that they specifically target those who are, in essence, victims of circumstance. But still speaking on the point of victims of circumstance, amidst this group, there were 8 foreigners, 1 from Burkina Faso, 1 from Cameroon, 2 from Chad, 2 from Niger Republic. I'd just love to get your opinion on that. Should we be rehabilitating foreign nationals? Should we be deporting them? Some would argue that if we deport them, they'll only go back and reintegrate and reinforce themselves with their terrorist cells and maybe give them information and, what should we be doing with the foreigners that are caught? What program is available to them?
No, Vimbai, I disagree with you. We are creating a very wrong precedent in this country. Do you know what you are doing? You are now making that as a defense. When you arrest a terrorist or an armed robber,
it's not my defense.
Just tell you that I was coerced into it.
It's not my defense, sir. I'm just reiterating their position. Yes.
Yes. I'm not referring to you. I'm referring to the representative of Chief of Army Staff, who said that most of them were coerced into it. So, in other words, that was the ground upon which you consider them. So, in other words, you are also let other people go and commit crime. Immediately they arrest you, tell them that you are coerced into the crime. And I'm telling you that when they force you into the crime, or they convince you into the crime, or they pay you money to join into the crime, once you are an adult and you commit a crime, that should not be a defense. We should get it right. I am telling you, saying it in the national television, this thing is an epitome of fraud. Because the money used to rehabilitate these people, go to IDP camp. I was in IDP camp during Easter when I went to visit them. Go and see the victims of this terrorism. We can't allow it to stand. EFCC should investigate them. Now, after this one, in the next 6 months, they will get another budget. They will now get another few of them. They'll say that, this is an epitome of fraud.
So what...
Dr. Okpara, just a clarification. You kept referring to Chief of Army Staff. That program, Operation Safe Corridor, is under the Defense Headquarters.
Chief of Defense Staff.
Defense Headquarters. So it was General Oluyede, who was making the point about winning these people.
And what guys, the Chief of Defense Staff, please?
Chief of Defense Staff, Defense Headquarters, not Army. Yes. They have enough on their plates to worry about. But what do you think about this whole idea? You are very clear about rehabilitation. But you know the basic philosophy by the United Nations in those resolutions that I mentioned earlier is that even terrorists under their counter-terrorism resolutions can still be rehabilitated. But you are saying that in Nigeria, it doesn't make sense. That prosecution should come first under PRR, which is also a United Nations program. But I said earlier on that, does Nigeria even have the capacity to follow the basic protocols before unleashing these persons onto society? Is there something that could be done differently?
Yes. But we are saying something. United Nations resolution is not binding on every country.
Section 9.
Yes. So when you have the resolution, you now look at your own circumstances. You look at your own law. Can I apply it? This is not the only resolution of United Nations, for goodness sake. Then when you check, this is not something that we can apply now. The issue of terrorism is on a high side. As I'm talking to you, many people were killed 3 days ago. You don't do the right thing on the wrong time, for goodness sake. What we are saying is that you cannot apply this thing. Okay, now I challenge the representative of the Chief of Defense Staff. Yesterday, when you are talking about this thing is not amnesty, this is an art trying to reduce terrorism. I want to challenge you. Since you apply this particular procedure in Nigeria, tell Tell us the rate of crime when the rate of the terrorism when you started it, and the rate of terrorism.
Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war. And you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying the same thing about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanu people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiala is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, to take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They say they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning, please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is the same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place, telling me they are grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to... All of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day I want idiot to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama. from over 300 miles, claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax, Yoruba forest is every Nigerian is free to live anywhere. And do their business anywhere, yes. But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kanu, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and grace anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you? The Fulanis we are talking, they call them the Funa movement. Our attention has been drawn to a decree credited to one Rotimi Akeredolu, asking Fulani people who have occupied some forests in Ondo State to quit. We are also aware of another incident in Oyo State where an illiterate political talk gave quit notice to Fulani people to leave their territories, which are now their irreversible homes. Are you listening? Fulani are now saying that Yoruba forest is now their irreversible homes. They have now occupied Yoruba land in perpetuity. And I want to let my Yoruba friends understand this. You see, in life, anytime you support evil, evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we'll have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? They're saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East, they will tell you, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land for Ruga. They give them land. I saw Joseph Kanu do that law banter. They have taken it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Hope of them approve to us that you are stood. Give us land in Olo. Hope of them will give them land in Olo. We can go and kill people in Obibo. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. But they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you're one Nigerian. That was why Obi also was talking rubbish. Was yesterday or 2 days ago. Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people, Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never ever be objective in their reportage. Never ever ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you are from Europe. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president. Anybody telling you about strength in diversity, that person is a liar and a deceiver. And the US ambassador is a liar and a deceiver. One thing they don't teach we Africans is this. No country exists on a foundation of multiculturalism. There is nowhere in the world. Listen to me very carefully. All this nonsense, even the crap that Coca was coming up with, telling you about diversity is our strength and all that rubbish. Allow me to repeat, there is no country on this earth that survives on a foundation or a bedrock of multiculturalism. It doesn't exist. That is why multiculturalism in Africa is dead on arrival. It can never work. Because we are tribal beasts by nature. We are tribal by nature. That is why we travel from wherever we are during New Year's, during Christmas, during Easter, during New Year Festival to go back home where we come from. Because that is where we identify with. Now, let me ask the U.S. ambassador a very simple question. Is United States of America a multicultural society? U.S. that was created and built by Western Europeans. U.S. was created, should I say, created by God, of course. Built by Western Europeans. Mostly English people that was fed up with the way of life of the English monarchy. They went to America on Mary Rose. I want to ask the U.S. ambassador, I want to teach Africans what they don't know this evening. There is no country that functions on this multi-ethnic rubbish. Nowhere in the world, not even the USA, that was created by people who are not indigenous to America. The owners of the soil of America are Native American Indians. That is a fact of life. God gave America to Western Europe to develop and gave them a special grace to be the beacon and the light and the conscience of the world. Because God knew that if he had left all these wonderful people in Europe, they would become contaminated. He removed them from Europe, sent them to America, built a wonderful nation as a shining light and a beacon for the whole world to look up to. Even that America that was built from scratch by people who are not indigenous to the land is not multicultural. Why am I saying this? America was founded on the principles of Judeo-Christian, Greco-Roman, democratic value systems. I repeat, America is not multicultural. They accommodate other races and other nations. Yes, they can accommodate you. But where you're coming into, the bedrock, the foundation of America is based on Judeo-Christian principles, Greco-Roman political ideology, which is republicanism. America is not multicultural. America is Western Europe. The value systems of Western Europe, Judeo-Christian, Greco-Roman, Republican governance. Had America been a multicultural society, they would have space for Sharia. I'm now addressing the U.S. ambassador to try to tell them to stop deceiving people. We are educated, we went to school for a reason. We are enlightened and we have our brain intact. There is no country on this earth that runs on this wishy-washy multiculturalism. It doesn't happen. What you have are established order and value systems upon which various cultures can now coexist. If you go to America, you coexist under the provisions of the United States Constitution. And the U.S. Constitution is a Christian constitution, not Islam. America is not multicultural, but under that bedrock of liberty and egalitarianism, you allow other cultures to come in. But first of all, they must swear allegiance to or take an oath to uphold the Constitution of the USA. That is something that the U.S. ambassador never told the Janjaweed that went to visit her. The same way that Nigeria cannot function as a viable entity. Wole Soyinka knows what I'm talking about. I'm even sure somebody who claims he's learned, as Bishop Coker is, understands what I'm talking about. No country on this earth. The value system of the State of Israel is based on Judaic principles. The value system of Russia is entirely theirs. It's based on theirs. It's the Russian way of doing things from times of the Tsar. If you go to Saudi Arabia, it is essentially a Sharia Islamic state. You can live there, no problem. You can build your churches if you want. I think they've not started to allow churches to be built. But it is never a multicultural society. Japan is not a multicultural society. China is not. They can accommodate you. But that doesn't mean they are this is the type of nonsense they feed Africans. And we fall for that very gimmick of multiculturalism. At the end of the day, you end up with a useless contraption like Nigeria. You don't have any value system that anybody anywhere can define. If I talk about the USA, I can talk about hamburger in the USA. We can talk about, what else do they have in the USA? Hamburger, you can talk about, what's it called? What are the traditional dishes? Apple pie and all the rest of it. You can say that these are American dishes. If you go to the UK, you can talk about maybe mashed potato and bangers and mash, which is sausage and mashed potato as their national meal. That's understandable. But I ask you, if you come to Nigeria, what is the national dish of Nigeria? Does a Fulani Janjaweed eat ofe egusi, where we come from? Does an Igbo man eat a wedu soup? The answer is no. So on what basis is all this so-called multicultural foundation going to be laid upon? On what? We are not one people. We may be black, we may be Africans, but we're not one people. Not even one religion. If Britain cannot stay in an EU that is entirely Christian, EU is entirely Christian. Britain left. Nigeria, you don't know if Nigeria is Christian or in fact is Islamic. So for me to accept the multiculturalism being preached by the US ambassador, I have to embrace Islam as my religion. That's what it means. And some of you get taken in by all this rubbish. And I feel sorry for you. Yeah, sometimes when I say this, I'm being very arrogant. If you are educated, you will understand that no nation is multicultural. They allow other cultures to come in. It doesn't mean they're multicultural. They have a viable space where multicultural ideas or identities can thrive. But the foundation has to be monolithic. It has to be one dominant value system and ideology. That's how it is all over the world. Don't let anybody fool you otherwise. That is the same reason why you have this anomaly. In a so-called republic, you have royal fathers in a republic. Because you are trying to shuffle multiculturalism. You are trying to marry the feudal system of the North, the monarchical system of the West, and the Republican system in the East, to marry them into one. And what you have is entirely rubbish, and that is why Nigeria can never work. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Competing value systems. Nobody wants their own value system to be subsumed under another person's value system. This is something that the US ambassador never told you. But here I am telling you today. Because if you come here, you become educated. If you come here, you become enlightened. If you come here, you stop being a zoo animal, you become a human being. That is why we are the largest and, of course, the most consistent broadcasting platform insofar as Africa is concerned, right across the world. Millions listen to us because they know we preach the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. That is why this very day, because you are in one Nigeria, in multiculturalism, the army will come to Olo to defend Fulani Janjaweed living in our forests. We went to Olo to defend our people. They came, they arrested the clerics. Men of God, they arrested all of them. How many times have you heard that imams were being arrested in the north? Or that villages were being invaded in the north and imams being arrested? Only in Biafra land. And this is your multiculturalism. This is a place where you want all of us to stay, somehow to pretend that all is well when we know that it is not. In that same Nigeria is where Fulani headsmen openly boast about conquest. Benue State is one. That is why I feel sorry for the idiots talking rubbish from Benue. They came and they made the same bold claim on Edo State. And I quote, "We will kill all policemen and take over Edo State." Vanguard publication of January 23, 2021, this year. Only 2 months ago. Nothing happened to them. Only the Fulanis can lay claim to land that doesn't belong to them and nobody will say anything. When you try to respond, they come against you. And your average foolish Nigerian who cannot reason properly, you know, they're not educated very well, I'm sorry to say, will side with the oppressor. It's only in Nigeria where the victim becomes the accused.
The truth of everything will be say everybody need to accept is that we no be one, we no dey one for this country. No matter how we try to make sure say we unite ourselves, we can't be united. The only way we be say we fit dey united now to divide the country. Now when we separate, we fit dey united. You go see say competition go dey. Everybody now go dey compete within themselves, knowing fully well say they come out from Nigeria, knowing fully well say Nigeria did their own, Biafra did their own, Oduduwa did their own. The thing go just make everybody go just dey hustle. They make sure say they try work hard for their own country. That's what thing go dey happen. So division go be the best option for everyone to be in peace and harmony. If you look at this, those politicians, they don't even care. They know the truth. Presidents know the truth. The governors know the truth. Say we know day one and we know they united, and they know say they know if solve the problem. They just they manage them, and they even they chop money. We be see all the whole people get. Everybody is blessed in their own way. The whole tribe are also blessed in their own way, but the leaders are fair to do the right thing or harness those resources. We be say they go just they're supposed to use them. In fact, the thing just tire me. The thing just tire me. If you keep up to the talk within they go on for this country, in fact, we no go even go. We no go even go. The kind oil we get for this country, a citizen of Nigeria, a citizen of the country supposed to be earning no less than 500 to 700,000 naira as a citizen. A citizen supposed to be earning huge amount of money. The only oil. We have coal, we have so many mineral resources. Even Nigerians we did talented, but just look at their career, don't even go. Well, I'm not going to just talk much. Everybody, when I already know what they go on, and they use an eye, they see. Drop your own thought at the comment section. What do you think is the way forward? Drop your thought at the comment section and write freedom for Mazen Nickel and freedom for the people of Biafra. Share this video to everyone on every social media platform. Me, division is the best. I don't know what anybody who could talk. So let's just be pushing the agenda of this division so that everybody go know say now what we want. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and don't forget to share this video so that it go viral and reach everybody, so that everybody go see this video.